We assume New Year's Day is January 1st, that the entire planet flicks the calendar at the same moment, but Earth itself doesn't recognize that date. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why 2026 is more of an agreement than a universal fact. The real question is, why do different cultures live in different years, and which calendar is actually right? Here's what most people overlook. New Year's Day is not an astronomical law. It's a human decision. Calendars were created to organize agriculture, religion, and political power. There are three basic types: solar, lunar, and lunisolar. And the difference between them is why the world doesn't share one single new year. Why January 1st is optional. This is where it gets interesting. A solar calendar follows Earth's orbit around the sun. That's how the Gregorian system works. It was introduced in 1582 by Pope Gregory XIII to correct drift in the older Julian calendar. The Julian system was off by about 11 minutes per year. Over centuries, that error shifted religious dates away from the actual equinox. In 1918, Russia skipped 13 calendar days to synchronize with Europe, but that's still just one way to measure time. When the moon controls the year, now let's remove the sun from the equation. A lunar month lasts about 29.5 days. 12 lunar months are about 11 days shorter than a solar year. That means purely lunar calendars slowly drift across seasons. The traditional Chinese calendar, for example, begins the year on the second new moon after the winter solstice. That's why Chinese New Year moves every year on the Gregorian calendar. Some lunisolar systems add a leap month to realign with the sun, which means entire cultures can literally be in a different year than you. We are not in the same year. Here's the strange part. In the Hebrew calendar, the year number is in the 5700s. In Ethiopia, the official year is several years behind the Gregorian count. In Thailand, the civil calendar follows the Buddhist era, placing the year in the 2500s. Nothing is wrong. Each system chooses a different historical starting point. A religious event, a founding moment, a symbolic beginning. So 2026 is not a global truth. It's a cultural reference point. When New Year isn't universal, and it goes even further. In some countries, public celebration of January 1st has historically been restricted for religious reasons. For years, Saudi Arabia limited official New Year festivities, because a calendar is never just about astronomy. It's about identity. Why traditions look so different? Now consider the traditions. In Spain, people eat 12 grapes at midnight. In Scotland, fire festivals light up the streets. In Thailand, Songkran marks the new year with nationwide water celebrations. In Bulgaria, families briefly turn off the lights for symbolic midnight kisses. These rituals aren't random. They are cultural ways of resetting time. Different dates, different meanings, same human desire to begin again. What we treat as a universal date is actually a shared agreement. The planet doesn't have a year called 2026. Humans do. New Year's Day is not when Earth presses a reset button. It's when societies decide together to start over. And that decision is far more powerful than any number on a calendar.